You may have such questions. We have used before that flow diagram, and now we are using the flow chart. So what's the difference between that? Yes?
Flow diagram shows how data flows, whereas a flow chart shows how the operation flows.
So the data flow diagram for what?
Data.
All right. What do you mean by for data?
So like information put in the system, where that goes and everything.
What about the flow chart?
That shows how users use the system.
Not how the user actually, the steps, how to implement that process. Absolutely correct. So the data flow diagram will show us what the system does, in terms of the processes, the whole system. But in order to have more details about each single process, how does it work? How does that process achieve the functionality of it? Okay? How can, for example, as I showed in the first slide, we have, for example, a process to create invoice. How that process will create actually an invoice to the customers? What are the actual steps? When we say actual steps, it means what? A program. You as programmers, you need to know all these details. So, for example, someone asks you to implement an information system. So you need to draw first the flow chart of each process in order to know how you will implement each process in a programming way. The data flow diagram is not about programming. It just shows you how the whole information system works. That's it. But the flow chart, how each process will implement its functionality. All right? So this is the main difference between that flow diagram and the flow charts. Okay, so now we have something else. It's called data dictionary. All right, so we were talking about the processes, and for example, with the data flow diagram, the process, with the flow chart, actually how that process will implement its functionality. How, for example, how the process 2 will create invoice. Process 1, how that process 1 will make orders, for example. And for example, process 3, how that process 3 will does the payment. So for this reason, actually, we had to use the flow chart. But the question now is about the flow, actually, the flow data or the flow data between a processor and external. For example, the question here precisely, what is order details and what are included? So I'm not talking about the process, I'm talking about the flow data between and flow out and flow in, the flow data here. For example, the order details. How it looks like the order details? How does it look like? Does it come with a form? Does it come with the structures? Does it come with some elements that we need to consider? So in order to answer this question, actually, we need to consider something called the data dictionary. The data dictionary describes type, format, and meaning of each data element and structure. A data flow is a data element or a collection of structured data elements. For example, your home address, all right? Your home address. What is this instruction for your home address or any address? What is the structure? Let's take Lateral University. Lateral University, I think, is 28 Kingsbury Street, right? Something like that. Kingsbury Street, Melbourne, Victoria, 300 as postcode, right? If I'm not mistaken, so just let's say this is an example. So this is the whole structure of the address, right? Each piece of data, each piece of information, we code here as an element. So for example, the street number is 28 Kingsbury. Okay, this is an element. For example, the postcode is 3000, I think, for Victoria, for Kingsbury, natural. So this is an element. So at the end, the whole structure for the address comes with a set of elements. Okay? Each one, can we say, is a piece of data. So for example here, this is a data flow diagram, and we need to represent the structure, the data structure for the tutorial list. Actually, this is the structure. So this is the structure for the tutorial list, okay? It comes with this subject code, subject name, the time, and the list of students. A set of data elements can be composed in 3 ways to form the data structure. So, as we said, the data structure comes with a set of elements. So, this set of elements comes in 3 ways to compose the data structure. The first one is a sequence. Sequence means actually data elements are composed one after another in a sequential order. For example, employee name. Employee name usually comes with the first name plus middle or initial plus the last name. Okay, so each one is an element of the whole structure for employee name. Employee name is a structure by itself. That structure comes with a set of elements. Each element is a piece of data. So because that one, those elements come in a sequential order, we call this structure is a sequence. Sequence of elements, first name, middle, initial, and the last name. And of course we have plus to link between each element in the data structure of employee name. The second structure actually is called the selection. Selection means when there is more than one options to represent an element of a data structure. For example, daily assignment here is a structure by itself. So we need to have those square brackets to represent the options for elements that represent the daily assignments. So for example here we have RD or data, or this bar represents or work date plus work task. So we have option A or option B represent the data elements of a data structure daily assignments. The third one we call it as iteration. Iteration means when we have a list, for example, monthly schedule. We need to use that brackets, okay, to represent the elements. So that structure, that element comes with 2 values, minimum and the maximum. What does that mean? That means that element can be iterated 28 as the minimum till 31 as the maximum. So that element of the data structured monthly schedule can iterate it 28 to 31 times. So when you have such type of brackets, that means we have iterations here. All right, so in order to represent the data structure, there's kind of information we need to consider. For example, name of the structure, the contents, which is the data elements to be included. So when we have a data structure, for example, for employee name as a data structure, we need to include all the elements or the contents of that data structure. The description, the origin means actually the process from which it flows out. For example, this data flow, where it flows out, is coming from the general list and it goes to the tutors. So we have origin, we have destination, and the volume and frequency. So we will have example here. Again, the same example for tutorial list. So this is the kind of the data structure for tutorial list. It comes with those elements. Data flow name, tutorial list. Does it come with an alternative name? No. Does it come with an abbreviation? No, actually. The structure for this data flow. What is the structure? It comes with tutorial list heading plus tutorial details plus students. So these are the elements of this data structure. Look here, this is element by itself, and here is student inside that brackets. That means we have iteration here. Not just one single element, not just one student. We have more than one student here because we put the student, such element student, inside this type of brackets. Okay? Description, a listing for tutors to record attendance. Origin, generate lists, where this data flow come from. This is the original. What about destination? It's heading to tutors. So it's coming from process, it's going to an external. Volume and frequency, 10 listings produced twice a year. Okay, so now let's talk about the example. A data structure may contain another data structure. For example, in the data dictionary, data structure are shown in italics and data elements in bold. So for example, tutorial list that represent the whole thing here with the red circle, the whole thing, okay? This is the tutorial list, the whole structure. Okay, this structures comes with such another structures, comes with a tutorial list plus tutorial details plus students. Tutorial list, okay, with the blue, for example, circle, all right? Now, this is the first data structure that represents the whole structure for the whole thing. For this data structure comes with another two data structure, tutorial list, tutorial details, and students. So we will take one by one. Tutorial list heading is another data structure by itself. Is another data structure by itself. All right, so tutorial list, does it come with an element? Yes, it comes with subject code and subject name. Subject code, CSE1IS, this is the code for the information system. Subject code plus subject name, information system is the name. This is an element of what? Of tutorial list heading of this data structure. All right, what else do we have? We have another data structure, tutorial details. Tutorial details comes with its own elements. So tutorial group plus brackets 1, 2 plus tutorial name. Tutorial details, as we said, is a data structure by itself. Tutorial group, all right, plus tutor name time, tutor time plus tutor time. So we have 2 times here. So we need to represent from 1 to 2. This is the minimum, this is the maximum. For this reason, we need to use this type of brackets plus tutorial name. All right. The third one actually student. Student is a data structure by itself. Does it come with elements? Yes, it comes with the first name and last name. This is the first name and this is the last name. So if you look here, the data structure, the name of the data structure is in italic form, while the elements of that data structure in the bold. So you need to differentiate between those two. Okay, so at the end, I will have the tutorial list that represent the data structure for the whole thing, the red circle. That data structure may come with some data structures, tutorial list heading plus tutorial details and student as well. So I need to take each one now and find the elements of that data structure. I'm taking the tutorial list heading. It comes with 2 elements, subject code, subject name. If you look at the form here, it comes with the subject code, CSE1IS, and the subject name, information system. So this is my second data structure. I am done with that. The third one, tutorial details. I will take this one as a data structure, is italic, equal what? The elements of that data structure. The elements of tutorial details, it comes with tutorial group plus the time in this type of brackets between 1 and 2. This is the minimum value, this is the maximum value for alterations, the elements, plus the tutorial name. So these are the elements of the tutorial list heading data structure. The last one is the student. The student is a data structure by itself. Comes with the first name and last name as elements. Okay? This is the first name and this is the last name. And if you look at the beginning, the student comes with this bracelets brackets. That means we have iterations. Not just one student. We have more than one students. We need to put them in this type of brackets. Okay? Now, each element actually, data elements can be represented in a tabular form and to avoid complexity name type. So each data element can actually have the structure of that data elements. For example, the student ID, it comes with 9 digits. The data type of that element is digit. All right? The length is 8 digits. Acceptable value, 999. Have you done this one in lab 1 or 2, I think? Have you done it right? So 9 means any variable between 0 and 9. Sorry, between 1 and 9. This is the validation for this type of elements. The first name comes with the 25. This is the type of chart. 25 is the length of that element. It accept only alphabetic, only allow for international chart symbols as well. So as we can see here, even the elements, we can have a data structure for them. All right, guys, any questions so far? Any question regarding the flow chart, regarding the data dictionary? Is it clear? By the way, if you have a look at your assignment actually is mainly about to start from the lecture week 4 about the data flow diagram, the flow chart, the data dictionary as well. So it's mainly about the previous lecture and this lecture and next one as well. All right? Any questions so far? All good? Is it clear? All right, guys. So this is the end of this lecture. Thanks for coming and see you next week. Bye. Yes?
Is it the assignment in a group or?
No, it's individually. Yeah, you need to do it individually by yourself and submit it.
Okay, because it was mentioned.
No,
If you open the assignment by itself, you'll see the individual instruction. So we
no worries, all the best.
The same.
Sorry. We have to get easy.